Father is good, and He's so worthy of praise, so worthy of glory, and He's so worthy of honor. Today we're going to deal with this whole subject and idea, why Canaan land? Why Canaan land? And I hope you came with your cups empty, because we're going to fill them up today.
Hallelujah.
I hope y'all came with your plate out, ready to
Yes.
eat until you can't eat no more. And we're talking about this spiritual meat. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
And there's a spiritual meat that the Most High Yah wants to release unto His people. A spiritual meat. How many people want the spiritual meat? Hallelujah. See, we've been drinking milk and sipping on milk for too long, and sipping on milk and drinking down milk. But the spiritual meat for those that are going to be skillful, and ones that's going to be instructed in the ways of righteousness, the ones that's going to walk in this truth and actually bring about a performance, because that's what it's ultimately all about, is that we begin to bring out a performance. We begin to do what the book say, opposed to just reading it and being hearers only. But the Bible says, blessed are the doers, the hearers and the doers of the word. So that's how we're going to begin to really add to ourselves and growing in the things of the Most High. So today we're going to deal with why Canaan land. Why Canaan land? There's a big, huge world that the Father has, but He put His people in a specific area and connected them to a specific land, and He did this for a reason. And today we're going to find out why Canaan land. Why the land of the Canaanites? Why did He want us to have that land? What happened to make the Father see that that land was the land that He wanted to give to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob? We're going to learn today that He didn't only give it to them, but He gave it to Shem. To Shem. Remember the three sons that came off of the ark? He had what? Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Yes. We're going to find out that this land goes all the way back to Shem and to the people and to the descendants of Shem forever. It's a forever inheritance to his people. So today we're going to talk about why Canaan lands. The sending out of the 12. Let's talk about the sending out of the 12. Numbers chapter 13, verse 1 through 2. Numbers chapter 13, verse 1 through 2. Come on up here. Come on, read.
The Lord spake unto Moses, saying, send out men, that they may search the land of Canaan, which I give unto the children of Israel. Of every tribe of their fathers shall you send a man, every one a ruler among them. And Moses sent them to spy out the land of Canaan, and said unto them, get you up this way, southward, and go up into the mountain.
Y'all heard that, right? Y'all see that, right? Okay, so this is Moses about to send out spies into the land. And he said, the reason that you're sending them out, so that they may do what? Search the land of what?
Canaan.
Canaan. Okay? So we got to ask the question, why Canaan land? Why not search another area? Okay? And he says, which I give, this Canaan land, He going to give it unto the children of who?
Israel.
All right? So He sent out spies to spy out what land?
Canaan.
Okay? And He told them to get up this way southward and go up into the mountains so that you can get a good look and to get a good spy of the land. He sent them out for 40 days to spy out the land. Okay? Come on, what happened?
See the land, what it is, and the people that dwell therein.
So He says, I want you to see the land. Everybody say, see the land.
See the land.
See, that's the issue right there. Most people don't want to see the land.
Right.
Most people will tell you, it ain't time for us to go to the land of Israel. It ain't time for us to go to that place. It ain't time for us to be, because there's too many wicked folks in the land. But there was always people in the land. And there's always going to be people in the land. There's wicked people right here. But we're here, aren't we?
Yes.
So He told them, I want you to go and to see the land. Everybody say, see the land.
See the land.
What it is and the people that dwell therein. So that wasn't no secret to the Father, that there was wicked people in the land. He said, I want you to go see it, and I want you to go to see what kind of people are in this particular land. Come on, what it say?
Whether they be strong or weak.
Whether these people be strong or whether they be weak. Whether they be what?
Few or many.
Whether they be few or many. Come on.
And what the land is that they dwell in, whether it be good or bad.
I want you to see if the land that these people dwell in, whether it be good or bad. And in order for you to determine any of this, you have to do what first?
Go see it.
Go see it. So I'm not listening to nobody that have not laid eyes and put their foot on the soil of the land. And I would tell you and encourage everybody else that's hearing me through Facebook, YouTube, or any of the other social platforms, don't listen to nobody who have not seen the land for themselves. Right. Because there is a difference of when you're actually there in the land, seeing it, and connecting with the spirit of the mighty Elohim, the mighty Yahweh of Israel. And then for you to read about it in captivity, and to sit there and talk about it and read about it in a book, it's a total difference from reading about Israel and then actually visiting there, seeing the land, looking with your own two eyes. Are y'all hearing that? Yes. Y'all will be amazed at how many people have come to us after I have visited the land, after I have tasted the fruit of the land for myself. How many people will still look me in the face and say, but it's not time for us to be in that land now. And they've been in this way much longer than me. So my question is, are they the tare or are they the wheat?
Okay.
Because I'm noticing the difference between wheat. Wheat are the ones that want to be in the land.
Right. Strong.
They want to see what's going on. Because if you're wheat and in the land, when you're in a certain environment, you're going to grow and really be strong in this thing. But a lot of the tares, they look like wheat, don't they?
Yes.
But the tares don't want to have nothing to do with that land of Israel. They don't have nothing to do. Jerusalem or Israel ain't even came into their old wicked heart. But yet and still, they're standing behind pulpits all over on the Shabbat, trying to tell somebody about Israel. Trying to tell somebody about it ain't time for us to go yet. But yet and still, they won't get themselves and buy a plane ticket and go see if it's not time for us to go there or not. Are y'all hearing that?
Yes, sir.
So here, all the way back in Numbers, he sent out people to go see it.
Just to see.
Are you see what I'm saying? We got people right now, they won't even go see it. They won't even go look at it. And the Bible says, prove all things and only hold fast to the things that are good. So I threw away all the things that was bad when people talking about it's not time for us to go into the land, because they themselves have not stepped foot on the land for themselves to determine if that's so.
Well,
the Bible says that he put his word in us.
Yes, it did.
And he said we're going to know, we're going to be able to discern between good and evil. We're going to be able to know for sure or not.
If it was good or
So let's see what happens here. He tells them to go check out the land, and he says, see if it's good or bad. And he said, what else? In what cities?
In what cities they dwell in.
Come on.
Whether in tents or strongholds.
Come on.
What the land is, whether it be fat
Come on.
whether there be wood therein.
So he's describing, he said, I want you to go lay out go check out everything. And I'm going to give you 40 days to do it. Look what happened. What did he say?
Be ye of good courage.
Said, be of good courage. When you go see this land and you spy it out, I want you to be of good courage. So when you go see the land, you got to have some courage to go. So see, now we understand and see what real men follow.
Come on. Yes.
Real men follow people who have courage. And the courage that real men have is getting an airplane ticket and going to see the land of their forefathers. Especially if you've been in this way for 25 to 30 years and you ain't never walked on the doggone land of Israel. Are y'all hearing me?
yeah.
So obviously, the ones that a lot of people are following are really cowards.
Yes.
The ones that people are a lot of them following, they're really following cowards and people who talk good, who play Hebrew, who wear the Hebrew shirt, say that says Hebrew strong, but they're really not strong at all.
No.
Because they're scared of what's in the land. They're scared of the people that's in the land. It ain't time for us to go in the land yet. He said he's going to return and gather us, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
So how is he going to return? He already told you in the book of John, you going to see me and then you ain't going to see me. But you're going to see me again.
Yes.
Ain't that what he
That's what he
said?
said.
A little while.
For a little while.
You gonna see me, then you ain't gonna see me, then you gonna see me again.
That's what he
Why?
said.
Because he's gonna be in us.
Right.
So I'm here to tell you, he has returned because he's in us
Yes.
as the Holy Spirit.
Yes.
Are y'all hearing that?
Yes.
And if we're gonna go see the land and go to the land, it's gonna require us to have some courage.
Courage.
Everybody shout courage.
Courage.
He said courage and what?
Bring of the fruit of the land.
He said you gotta have courage and bring some of the fruit of the land with you. We packed up some dates. I don't know what happened to the dates. I don't know if they made it or not, or they was eating up when we were asleep on the plane. When I was asleep on the plane, somebody went and ate the dates. Was that Sister Jones that ate all the dates? Just play. But the dates, we didn't bring the dates back. But we did bring some what? Cinnamon rolls back and some other stuff. We got some wine that we're gonna open up and let everybody get a taste of. Of the wine of the land. Are y'all hearing that? We did bring some wine for y'all to enjoy from the land. All right? Hallelujah. Come on.
Now the time was the time of the first ripe grapes.
Ain't that something? For the first ripe grapes. So what we gonna get a taste of is some of the wine from the grapes. Are y'all hearing that? We'll get some of that.
Okay.
All right. This is the report after they went out to go spy out the land. This was the report of what they saw. What did it say?
And they returned from the searching of the land after 40 days. And they told him and said, We came unto the land whither thou sentest us, and surely it floweth with milk and honey.
So they came back, they returned from the land and said, surely this land is flowing with milk and honey. And this is the fruit of it. Here's the proof of it. Give me that wine over there, Jeremiah. Let me declare the same word. Come on, hurry up. Let me declare the same word to all of the listening audience that's listening all over the world. Here is the fruit of the land of Israel.
Okay.
And I'm here to tell you, it's surely a land flowing with milk and honey. So that's the report I'm bringing back.
Okay. All right.
And we need to get up at once and go possess it.
Yes.
Are y'all hearing that?
Yes.
Hallelujah. Come on, what it say?
Nevertheless, the people be strong that dwell in the land.
Yeah, there's people in the land that's strong. Come on. And the cities, what?
Are walled and very great.
Yeah, the cities are walled and they look great and all this is going on. Come on, but
And moreover, we saw the children of Anak there.
I didn't see none of the children of Anak there.
Okay.
All right, I didn't see no giants there.
Okay.
But there could have been giants there, you know, in another kind of form.
Right.
All right? Come on.
The Amalekites
Dwelled in the land of the south, and the Hittites, and the Jebusites, and the Amorites dwelled in the mountains, and the Canaanites dwelled by the sea, and by the coast of Jordan. And I was in the coast of Jordan. I know exactly what it looks like.
Okay.
All right? These are the two conflicting reports, though. Come on.
Caleb stilled the people before Moses and said, Let us go up at once.
So Caleb said, look here, let us go up at once and do what?
Possess it.
And possess it.
Yes, yes.
Let's go up right now and go get it. Let's go take it. Come on.
For we are well able to overcome it.
For we are well able to overcome everything that's going on in that. We're able to overcome it all. Is that what y'all think? That's a pretty good report?
Oh,
Yes, sir.
That's the same report I'm bringing back.
Hallelujah.
All right, come on. What it say?
But the men that went up with him said, We be not able to go up against the people, for they are stronger than we.
See, that's the report everybody else hearing that they even saw the land. For we not be able to go up against the people, for they are stronger than we.
Wow.
Look at what else they said.
And they brought up an evil report
They brought up an evil report. Come on.
of the land which they had searched unto the children of Israel,
Come on.
saying, The land, though which we have gone to search it, is the land that eateth up the inhabitants.
Come on.
And all the people that we saw in it are men of great stature.
See, that's what the report of those that ain't never set foot on the land. We can't take that land because everybody there is evil and wicked. Do y'all hear the same thing?
Yes.
They too tall. They too men of great stature. They eat up the inhabitants. No, the land got to be purified first. I'm here to tell you the land was purified when you got off of it.
Okay.
As Israelites.
Yes.
That's when the land was purified. When they took you on the chain and put you on the bottom of that boat and took you off, the land was being purified right then and there. And the land's been purified for 2,000 years, and I'm the first one in my family that have put my foot on the land in 2,000 years.
All right.
Are y'all hearing that?
Yes.
And I saw it with my own eyes. I smelt the air. I got in the sea, floated to the top. And I'm telling you, this land is a good land that we need to go search out and come on into. Y'all hearing that?
Yes.
Hallelujah.
Come on.
And then we saw the giants, the son of Anak, which come of the giants, and we were in our own sights as grasshoppers. And so we were in their sights.
Most of the people who've been coming back trying to give me a report or tell me something contrary to what I'm saying, most of them, that's the way they see themselves, as grasshoppers
Okay.
in the sight of going into a land of Israel. They don't see it because there's too much division going on. Because they make excuses about everything and every reason why they shouldn't go into the land. But I'm here to tell you, I got the spirit that Caleb had. Let's go and take it at once.
Hallelujah.
Because we're more than able to
Yes.
possess the land.
Yes.
Are y'all hearing that?
Yes.
Hallelujah. See, I'm so glad that I got cut away from chickens.
Woo!
Are y'all hearing that?
Yes.
I'm so glad I got cut away from chickens. You just don't know how I feel.
Take a little pain, huh?
Because I realized that I'm an eagle.
Yes.
Hallelujah.
And eagles fly higher than chickens do.
Yes, they do.
So what I say is, let all the chickens keep watching the eagles fly high in the sky. Because I'm going to keep on soaring. Are y'all hearing me?
Yes, sir.
And if everybody that's with me, y'all can keep on soaring too. But if you keep your head like and hang around chickens, then that's what you're going to get.
Church chicken.
You're going to be just like the church chickens. They talking wolf chickens.
Yeah.
They got a whole lot of big words, but they ain't able to back nothing up. Because they all chickens. Chicken hawks. That's what we used to call them.
Okay.
Y'all hearing that?
Yes.
We eagles in this place.
Yes.
And we
Hallelujah.
soar above what our fears are.
Yes, we do.
Because y'all didn't give us the spirit of fear.
No, he didn't.
But he given us love and the power and of a sound mind.
Come on.
Are y'all hearing that here?
Yes.
Hallelujah. See, it don't make a difference how many of us it is, because the Father don't need a whole lot of folks to get done what he wants to do. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
See, he took an army of 32,000 and broke them all the way down to 300.
Yes, he did.
And he said, all of those that are fearful and afraid, you go keep making little places in the wilderness, little Goshens in Tennessee and in Kentucky and in all these other little places out there. You continue on making those little Goshen places and hiding in Goshen.
Right.
But the Father said, come out of her, my people. Everybody else shout, come out of her.
Come out of her.
Hallelujah.
So that means you got to come out of
You gotta
Goshen.
come out.
You got to come out of that little kingdom that you're building for yourself. And you got to venture out into the real world.
Yes, sir.
Somebody say the real world.
The real world.
And the real word of Yah is what we're talking about. There's a real world of Yah, whether you believe it, know it, or understand it, or not.
Yes.
And the Father's calling us out.
Yes.
Not calling us to stay in the backwoods
Right.
or somewhere so that we can keep being hung on trees.
No,
No, he's calling us out.
No,
I ain't gonna get the word spray painted nigga on the side of my wall and just keep on saying. No, I'm gonna come out. I'm gonna do exactly what the Father said. I'm gonna come out of her, and I'm gonna be separate.
That's right.
I'm gonna come out of the country like he told Abraham to do.
Right.
He said, "Come out of the country."
Yeah.
Ain't that something?
Yeah.
But there's people all over the world telling you to go in the country,
Yeah.
to hide out in the country,
Right.
go sit next to the creek in the country,
And do the stuff they do.
and do the same thing that they're doing.
Right.
Now I was at the sea, the salt sea,
Mm.
and I got in that water, and I had all kind of pain in my body. But I got in that water, and you know what happened? All the pain went away.
Woo! Praise God.
Hallelujah.
Now I'm feeling
Praise
good,
God. Thank you, Father.
looking good,
Yes.
and I say we're able to go possess the land.
Yes, we are.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
And it's something that there's people that's 70, 80 years old that's in the land right now.
Yes.
looking good, living good.
Yes.
And I thank the Father for that. I'm so glad I went there and got a chance to see for my own self, and that way I ain't got to listen to no more liars and pretenders.
Right.
Because I know who the liars and pretenders are now.
Yes, you gotta
I ain't even been in this way that long, but yet still I had enough courage to buy a plane ticket and go to the land of Israel to see with my own eyes.
With your own money.
With my own money, that's right. I ain't eating y'all money. It's got my own money. Hallelujah. And they take a whole lot of shekels too.
Own money.
And y'all don't have to
Hallelujah.
y'all don't have to put everything in no pot. Nigga.
No.
Say we didn't take no pot around.
No, we ain't offering no offering. Because I work my own self.
You know you're worthy.
Hallelujah. Yes, Lord. Are y'all hearing that? So what we have to understand and know is that we're going to have to be men and women of courage
Yes.
and be a Daniel.
Yeah.
Dare to believe. Dare to trust the Father.
Yeah. Dare to live right.
Hallelujah. You got to live right.
Yeah.
See, I understand something about the land will spew you out if you ain't right. If you ain't holy, if you ain't set apart. See, I think that's part of the reason why a lot of folks don't want to go there. Because they know within themselves that they ain't holy and they ain't really living righteous. So they don't want to go there. And the Father ain't going to clean you up in the land of your captivity. He going to clean you up in the land, the holy land.
Right.
He going to bring you to that place.
Right.
And start cleaning you up and cleaning you out. He going to put these laws within our heart. And we're going to return back to, that's what we're doing now, aren't we? We're returning back to the Most High Yah.
Yes.
And that's what we're doing. We're turning back with him, not with some of our heart, but with all of our heart, mind, and soul. The book of Jubilees. Let's go on to find out what's going on with this land, because we're going to find out why the Canaan land instead of all these other lands in the United States of America. Because he didn't pick out any of these countries or lands in the United States of America for his people to be. This is a land of captivity. This is a land of punishment. This is a land for those that was unrighteous. Y'all hearing that?
Yes.
All right, let's find out why Canaan land. The book of Jubilees. Jubilee chapter 8. The land divided. This is after Noah. The flood is over. And Noah and his 3 sons. Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Let's pick it up at chapter 8, verse 1. What did it say?
And it came to pass in the beginning of 33rd Jubilee, 15 to 9, that they divided the earth into 3 parts.
How many parts did they divide the earth up into?
3.
3 parts. Okay, come on.
For Shem
For Shem,
and Ham
for Ham,
and Japheth,
and for Japheth. Come on.
according to the inheritance of each, in the first year, in the first week, which one of us who had been sent was with him.
Okay, so in the 33rd Jubilee, they're going to divide the earth up into 3 parts. See, the earth is Yahweh's and the fullness thereof. So they're about to get ready to divide the earth up. Okay? And the green is Shem's land. And the navy blue is Ham's land. And the gold is Japheth's land. So this was Ham's land. This was Shem's land. This was Japheth's land. Miles of sea. Okay? Y'all see that? Come on, what did it say?
And his son, and he called his sons, and they drew nigh to him, they and their children, and he divided the earth into lots, which his 3 sons were to take in possession. And they reached forth their hands, and took the writing out of the bosom of Noah, their father.
So Noah is the one doing this thing. He's the father, and he's breaking up the earth into 3 parts. And he said, these are the 3 parts that you're going to possess and you're going to inherit. Okay? Watch this. Land of Shem, Japheth, and Ham. Another way to look at it, Ham is here, Shem is here, Japheth is here. Okay? 3 parts that divide the earth up there. Come on.
And they came forth from the writing of Shem's lot in the middle of the earth.
So what did Shem inherit? The middle of the earth. Y'all hearing this?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Shem inherited the middle of the earth. Come on.
Which he should take as an inheritance for himself and for his sons, for the generations of eternity.
For the generations of eternity. Are y'all hearing this? So once this land was written for Shem, he was supposed to have it for how long?
Eternal forever.
Forever. Okay? Come on.
From the middle of the mountain range of Rapha, from the mouth of the water, from the river Tina, and its portion goes towards the west through the midst of this river, extends till it reaches the water of the abyss, in which this river goes forth and pours its waters into the Mead to sea Mead.
Okay, y'all see that? So he got a pretty large land explaining to you the division of where his land ended, where it went, the boundaries of it. Okay? Come on.
And this river flows into the Great Sea, and all that's towards the north is Japheth.
Everything to the north of this great sea is Japheth's land. Okay? And all that is towards the south belongs to who? Shem. Okay? So it brought you up to the Great Sea, which we know is the river, what? Euphrates. Okay? Y'all seeing this, right? Come on.
And then it stands till it reaches Karasa. This is the bosom of the tongue, which looks towards the south.
So he's showing you the whole land of Shem. He's giving us a tour of it. Okay? Come on.
This portion extends along the Great Sea.
Come on.
It extends in a straight line until it reaches the west of the tongue, which looks towards the south. And this sea is named the tongue of the Egyptian Sea.
Well, we know that's the Nile River in Egypt, remember? It's talking about where, so we see his borders where they extend to, the big vast space of land that he extends to. It doesn't just have that little section of Israel right there, but it goes all the way from the Nile River in Egypt, all the way to the Euphrates River, all the way back. And back and back and back. Y'all hearing this, right?
Yes.
So, the land that the Israelites were supposed to possess encompasses almost 23 other countries. So it's not just that little small land of Israel. We just agree that that's the land that we're supposed to be connected to, because there is a land called Israel.
Right.
And if you're calling yourself an Israelite, then you need to be connected with the land of Israel.
Yes.
If you're a Japanese person, what are you supposed to be connected with? Japan. If you're a Chinese person, what land are you supposed to be connected with?
China.
Y'all see what I'm saying? If you're an Israelite, you need to be connected with what?
Israel.
It just makes sense.
It makes sense, Pastor.
Okay?
Good teacher.
Come on, what it say?
And it turns from here towards the south, towards the mouth of the Great Sea, on the shore of its waters. And it extends to the west to Alpha, and it extends till it reaches the waters of the river Gihon, and to the south of waters of Gihon, to the banks of this river.
Y'all see it? So explain to them the division of what the land is that belongs to him. Come on.
And it extends toward the east till it reaches the Garden of Eden.
Oh. So his land extends till it reaches the what?
The Garden of Eden.
So the part of the Garden of Eden is the land, was part of the land that Abraham, Shem, is part of their inheritance. Come on.
To the south thereof, to the south and from the east of the whole land of Eden, and to the whole east.
Y'all hearing it?
Yes.
That's all a part of the land we're supposed to possess forever. It's not a little tiny little speck of the Israel, that little small section. It's much bigger and wider than that. But if you ain't claiming it, other people claim it.
Right.
And they own it right now. All right? Look.
And it turns to the east and proceeds till it reaches the east of the mountain named Rapha. And it descends to the banks of the mouth of the river Tina.
This is all in the book of Jubilee, telling you how big the land that Shem possessed. And Shem is the father of all of whose children? Eber's children.
Right.
Okay? So it's a big, wide space of land. And in between that, there's a whole lot of countries and a whole lot of stuff going all the way. All that belongs to Shem.
Wow.
Okay? Come on.
This portion came for a lot for Shem and his sons, that they should possess it forever until the generations forevermore.
So that land and that plot of land belong to Israelites.
Right.
Belongs to the descendants of Shem.
Yes.
All right?
And Noah rejoiced that his portion came forth from Shem and for his sons.
So Noah, after the land was talked about in the writing or whatever that they took from their father, Noah started to rejoice. He started to rejoice, for this portion came forth for Shem and for his sons.
Right.
And guess what? He remembered what?
Remember all that he had spoken with his mouth in prophecy. For he had said, "Blessed be Yahweh, Almighty of Shem, and may Yahweh dwell in the dwelling of Shem.
Y'all hear this? This is what Noah prophesied about Shem. That Yahweh would dwell in the midst of Shem. Let's find it out. Genesis 9:26, what it say?
And he said, Blessed be the Lord God of Shem.
This is Noah
Right.
in the Bible, so I'm confirming what you're reading in the book of Jubilee. Come on, what he say?
And Canaan shall be his servant. God shall enlarge Jacob, and he shall dwell in the tents of Shem. And Canaan shall be his servant.
Y'all hearing that?
Yes.
So Noah had already put that blessing on Shem
Right.
and said that, blessed be the Yahweh of Shem. He's going to dwell in the midst of Shem. Very important to know. Come on, what did it say? We're going back to the book of Jubilee, and we're still dealing with the land division. Come on.
And he know that the garden of Eden is the Kodesh of Kodeshim.
So Noah, remember, he's rejoicing,
Right.
and he's reflecting on what he said, and he's reflecting on the lot and the portion that was given to Shem. And he said he knew that the Garden of Eden is one of the most holy Kodesh places there is on the face of this earth. And that section belongs to Shem. What else?
The dwelling of Yahweh.
And the dwelling of Yahweh. That's a holy thing if the Father is dwelling amidst these people. Come on. And what else?
And Mount Sinai, the center of the earth.
And Mount Sinai. He's thinking about that. That's in the section where Shem is supposed to possess. And
Mount Zion, the center of the
navel.
navel of the earth. These three were created as Kodesh places facing each other.
These were created as holy, sacred, set-apart places, and they all face each other inside of the land that was given to Shem and his descendants. So it's a pretty big land, though.
Yes.
See, it's good to know you got land, you got a home,
Yeah.
and nobody's getting homesick.
You got a place to be. Nothing like a place to be, sister.
Now, a lot of people, they're going to talk about the Jerusalem coming down out of Shemaim is coming, and all people going to have access to that. I'm talking about the land that's right here on this earth, because he said he's going to come and gather us and bring us back to the land of our forefathers.
Yes.
Is that what he said? See? I'm looking for that city. I'm looking for that place.
Yes.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Come on. He said what?
And he blessed the Almighty of gods who had put the word of Yahweh in his mouth, and Yahweh forevermore.
And you know it is beginning to bless the Most High Yah.
Yes.
All right? Again, he was talking about the land and the area that Shem had begun to receive. And this is a later on map. It's not the map that I showed you.
Wrapped up with 3 people.
Right. Jubilee chapter 8, what did it say?
And he knew that a blessed portion and a blessing had come to Shem and his sons to the generations forever.
Father blessed Shem. He blessed Shem. And Noah recognized the blessing that came to Shem and to his sons unto generations forever. Come on.
The whole land of Eden, and the whole land of the Red Sea, and the whole land of the eastern India, and on the Red Sea, and on the mountains thereof, and all the land of Bashan.
So he's telling you, describing all the land that Shem has. Come on.
And on the land of Lebanon.
This is very key, very important. Remember Lebanon. Everybody say Lebanon.
Lebanon.
Come on.
And the islands of Kafta, and all the mountains of Shinar, and Amana, and the mountains of Asher, in the north, and all the land of Elam, and Ashur, and the Babel, and Suzan, and Madia, and all the mountains of Ariat, and all the region beyond the sea.
All that belong to Shem. Not just a little portion.
Right.
We know that there's a place called that, and we say, hey, we're Israelites. This land, that's why the Kohen, Naviel, when he was talking to us on the Sabbath day, he was saying, this land is for the whole house of Israel. It's for all of us to enjoy. And if you're an Israelite, this is your land forever.
Yes.
Which is beyond the mountains of Asher towards the north, a blessed and spacious land, and all that is in it is very good.
Everything that's in that land is spacious And we ain't all got to be on top of one another, stacked up in apartment buildings, stacked up on somebody else's land. And when they get mad, they get to kick you off. Out of all the work you didn't put in there, and all the offerings you didn't gave, out of all of the manure you didn't put in the flowers and in the food, and then they're gonna kick you out after you've been there after 12, 13 years. They're gonna kick you off the land. Thank you very much for all of the contributions you have made. Now you can get off my land. Ain't that cold?
After taxes on you pass.
Off the chain. But that's how people want to live, and they claim they got all things in common. I don't think so.
That's wicked.
Hallelujah. Sound wicked to me. A blessed and spacious land, and all that is in it is very good. The land that the Father is giving to his people.
Hallelujah.
Yes.
That everything in that land is good.
Yes.
Not the land that you create, but the land that the Father has given us.
Hallelujah.
Y'all hear that?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay? Again, look at it. This is one of the maps in the time of Noah. They're trying to show you the land that Shem got. Shem got a whole lot of it, didn't he?
Yes.
The middle of the earth. Hallelujah. Okay? This is the land that came to Ham. Come on.
And for him came forth the second portion, beyond the Gihon, towards the south to the right of the garden. It extends towards the south, and it extends to all the mountains of fire. It extends towards the west to the west of Atel. It extends towards the west until it reaches the sea of Moab. That sea into which everything which is not destroyed descends.
So Ham he's to the right of everything, to the south and to the west. Then we went to West Africa in the time of 70 AD. So it's showing you where his land, where Ham's land was. Okay? Come on.
And it goes forth towards the north to the limits of Gadir. And it goes forth to the coast of the waters of the sea, to the waters of the great sea, till it draws near to the river of Gihon. It goes along the river of Gihon until it reaches the right of the garden of Eden.
Y'all see? So he has this section and a portion that's different, separate from Shem.
Yes.
Okay?
And this is the land which came forth from him, as the portion which he was to occupy forever for himself and his son until his generations forever.
Y'all get that? So they got a section that just belongs to them. It's theirs. Okay? See Ham's land. All right? Come on. Here's Japheth's portion now. Come on, what it say?
And for Japheth came forth the third portion beyond the river, Tina, to the north of the outflow of this water.
So where is Japheth going to now? The north. Okay, come on.
And extends northeasterly to the whole region of Gog, and to all the country east thereof.
East of God, that's his area. North and east is going now. That's where Japheth is going. Come on.
It extends northly to the north,
Northernly, come on.
and extends to the mountains of Quote towards the north, and it's towards the sea of Moab, and goes forth to the east of Gadir, as far as the region of waters of the sea.
Y'all see that, right? So this is all Japheth's. Come on.
It extends until it approaches the west of Pharaoh, and returns towards Ephraim, and extends easterly to the waters of the sea of Miat.
All right, come on.
It extends to the region of the river Tina in the northeasterly direction.
So northeasterly direction is the land where Japheth is supposed to be. Okay, come on.
Until they approaches the boundary of its waters towards the mountains of Rapha, and turns round towards the north.
So northeast, that's his area. Okay? Come on.
This is the land which came forth for Jacob and his sons as the portion of the inheritance which he should possess for himself and his sons for their generations forever, 5 great islands and a great land to the north.
All right, 5 great islands and the land to the north. Okay? That's his area and his portions. So everybody got the division of the lands, right?
Yes.
Remember the question we're asking ourselves is, why Canaan? Okay? Again, Japheth's portion. Got these isles out here, all right? Ham section, and then Shem section. Okay? Look like he got twice as much as everybody else. No.
Yeah.
Hallelujah. Now, this is why. This is what's going on with these land regions. Come on. He's talking about Japheth's land, because that was the land we just got through talking about. He said Japheth's land is what?
Cold.
It's cold. He said the land of Ham is what?
Hot.
But the land of Shem is what?
Neither hot nor cold.
Neither hot nor cold.
But it is a blend
Land.
of cold and heat. So who got the best land?
Shem is what?
It ain't hot,
That's neither hot nor cold.
neither cold. But it's just, and I can get, and guess what? We were there, and can we not prove that, Sister Taylor? We can prove that that land is not hot. In the morning time when you get up, it's like 68 degrees. Breeze.
It's a nice breeze.
A nice breeze blowing from early in the morning, and then around 9 or 10 o'clock, then it starts getting hot. And then as soon as the sun go down, the temperature drop back down to 70, 68 again. And it's all night long. It stays in that temperature. And you just outside like, woo, this feel. So you got that to look forward to.
Right.
You can work all day or whatever, you know, in the sun or whatever, but then as soon as the sun go down,
Right.
it's like, man, this is nice. That's when everybody want to do something, you know, because now the breeze is there. And it's a blend of cold, and you got that to look forward to every morning and every night. Ain't that beautiful?
Yes.
This here is the division of the table of nations. This is Shem's descendants. This is what his descendants look like. You know, he had the sons Elam, Ashur, Pakshad, Lud, and Aram. All right, these are his descendants. Then you got Ham and his descendants in this middle column. You got Cush, Mizraim, Put, and Canaan. And then over here you got Japhet's descendants. You got Gomer, Magog, Medad, Javan, Tubal, Meshach, and Teres. You got his descendants on that side. So this is the breakdown of the table of nations. Okay? Notice Hashem, 5 sons. Ham, 4 sons. Japhet, he got 7 sons. Okay? Okay, come on, read. Now they're about to break it down to give the parts to their sons now. Come on.
And Ham divided among his sons, and the first portion came forth for Cush, towards the east and to the west of him.
So Cush land was going to be towards the east and to the west. Come on.
And Mitzrayim, and to the west of him for Put, and to the west of him, and to the west thereof on the sea for Canaan.
Oh, now, Canaan was and to the west thereof on the sea for Canaan. So where was Canaan land really supposed to be? It was supposed to be west of Put on the sea.
Okay.
Are y'all hearing this?
Yes.
Very important. That was the land given to Canaan in the first place. Let's read it again so you can get it. And Ham divided among his sons, and the first portion came forth for Cush toward the east, and to the west of him for Mizraim. So we got east and west, Cush and Mizraim. And then, and to the west of Mizraim was Put's land. And to the west thereof, the sea for Canaan. Y'all hearing this?
Yes.
So where was Canaan supposed to go? The west of Put on the sea.
Yes.
Y'all get this? Okay.
The west of Put on the sea.
The west of Put on the sea. Okay, very important to know. And Shem also divided among his sons. The first portion came forth from Ham and his sons to the east. So he was to the east now because they were on the west. So now Shem is going to be on the east of them. To the east of the river Tigris till it approaches the east. The whole land of India. Oh, y'all said that. And on the Red Sea and its coast and the waters of Dedan. Okay? Dedan and all the mountains of Mibri and Elad and all the land of Suz and all that is on the side of Partnak and of the Red Sea and the river Tigris. To the east of Ham. Okay? And for Ashur came forth the second portion. All the lands of Ashur and Nineveh and Shinar and to the borders of India and it ascends and skirts of the river. So he had a portion in the section of Shem. Okay? And to Arpachshad came forth the third portion. All the lands of the region of the... Was Abraham around in the Chaldeans area? Okay? To the east of the Euphrates, bordering on the Red Sea, and all the waters of the desert close to the tongue of the sea which looks towards Egypt. Y'all, you get an idea in the regions that belongs to Shem, all right? Look at that. and the land of,
Lebanon.
remember that word, remember that time, remember that place, and Armenia and the borders of the Euphrates. Okay? So y'all see that, right?
Yes.
And for Amram there came forth the fourth portion, all the lands of Mesopotamia. Y'all ever heard of that word about the Hebrews
Yes.
and Mesopotamia?
And the history.
Okay, so that's all a part of the land of Shem. Between the Tigris and the Euphrates, to the north of the Chaldeans, to the border of the mountains of Ashur, and the land of Ararat. Okay, so again, you're starting to get a picture of the Shem and all of his descendants. They had a great big vast land. And these places, Mesopotamia, Chaldeans is all you know. Abraham came out of the of the Chaldeans. Now y'all see where he was at then, the region, okay? And then came forth Philad, the fifth portion, the mountains of Ashur, and all that appertained to them, till it reaches to the great sea, and till it reaches to the east of Ashur, his brother. So Ashur, they were all in a pretty nice, spacious land with seas and stuff like that, all there on each side and boarded them up. And even in between the land, they had plenty of water. It was a good place for us. So you can tell it was a tropical region because you get a certain kind of weather when you have water. It's more tropical, humid, and then when you have the desert, it's more of a dry type of heat. And then you got the cool at night anywhere else. So it's a good mixture of weather there in that land. And Japheth also divided the land of his inheritance among his sons. And the first portion came for Gomer to the east, from the north side to the river Tina, and in the north there came forth Magog and all the inner portions of the north until it reaches to the sea of Meah. Go ahead, read.
And for Madai came forth as his portion that he should possess from the west of his two brothers to the islands and to the coast of the islands.
Y'all hearing that? To the coast of the islands. Come on.
For Javon came forth as fourth portion, every island and the islands which are towards the border of Lud.
Y'all see his land? Okay. Come on. And Tubal.
For Tubal there came forth the fifth portion in the midst of the tongue which approaches towards the border of the portion of Lud, and the second tongue to the region beyond the second tongue until the third tongue.
Okay. So show you Tubal's land. Okay. Come on.
For Meshach came forth the sixth portion, all the region beyond the third tongue until it approaches the east of Gadir.
Come on.
The Tigris there came forth the seventh portion, 4 great islands in the midst of the sea, which reached the portion of Ham, and the islands of Maturi came out by a lot for the sons of Ashapashad as his inheritance.
So again, what we see is that everybody had their land and nobody crossed over, everything was spaced out so that everybody had plenty enough room to breathe and they had borders. Okay?
And thus the sons of Noah divided to their sons in the presence of Noah their father, and he bound them all by an oath.
Y'all hear that? Now he's going to bind everybody by an oath in regards to the land that they have now taken on for themselves. Come on.
And they all said, so be it, for themselves and their sons forever throughout their generations to the day of the judgment, in which Yahweh Almighty shall judge them with the sword and with fire for all the unclean wickedness of their errors, wherewith they have filled the earth with transgression and uncleanness and fornication and sin.
So the Father is letting us know very in clear terms that after he gave them the land and the plot of land that they're supposed to all be on, he said, now we're going to bind y'all with the oath that these are the lands and these are the places that you're going to be in until the Most High come back to judge everybody in their particular land, into their particular region. You're going to judge them with the sword, with fire, for all the uncleanness that you brought in your area, in your space of land. Okay? He said he's going to judge them for that. Now, what I didn't put down was what's about to start happening is these spirits, these evil, wicked spirits. The book of Jubilee talks about spirits, talks about demonic powers. It talks about these demonic spirits started trying to lead the people astray again. just like it did in the days of Noah on the other side of the
Right.
flood.
Some.
Right, so they went to Noah and said, these spirits are now that was dead on that was killed. They were walking around in bodies or whatever on the other side. Those bodies are dead, but the spirits are still here on this side, and they're getting into the people and causing us to go astray. It's starting to lead the people astray and starting causing people to walk into sin and walk into transgressions. So there's no way that we're going to get away from deliverance. That's what I wanted to bring that up.
Okay.
Y'all hear that?
Yes.
These evil spirits are
That's
still here.
right.
They're still here. They're still in the hearts and in the bodies of these people, and we clearly see it. All right. So Noah began to pray for his sons that they would not, these spirits wouldn't overcome the sons of righteousness, but that they would bind them. Everybody say, bind them.
Bind them.
This is why Yeshua came and gave us the keys of the kingdom. Whatever you bind on earth shall be what? Bound in heaven. And whatever you loose on earth is going to be what? Loosed in heaven. So way back then, they were talking about binding spirits. Hallelujah. Okay? Shem's land is now about to be settled by someone else. Because remember, we just read what land he was supposed to be in. Okay? Watch this.
The 4th week in the first year, 1688, in the beginning thereof, in the 4th and 13th Jubilee, when they dispersed from the land of Shinar.
Okay, so this is in Genesis. You can see Shinar in the book of Genesis. Come on.
And Ham and his sons went into the land which he was to occupy, which he acquired as his portion in the land of the south.
This is very important now. We're about to get to why Canaan. Okay? And Ham and his sons went into the land which he was to occupy, which he acquired as his portion in the land of the south. And we're still in the book of Jubilees. Okay, we're in the 10th chapter of the book of Jubilees. Watch this.
And Canaan saw the land of Lebanon to the river of Egypt.
Canaan saw the land of what?
Lebanon.
Come on.
To the river of Egypt, that it was very good, and he went not into the land of inheritance to the west.
He went not into the land of his inheritance to the west. That is, to the sea. So he didn't go to the land that he was supposed to go to, but he looked over in Shem's land. He saw the land of what? Lebanon. Because obviously that's what it was called before it was called the land of Canaan.
Right.
To the river of Egypt, that it was good. And instead of him going to the land that was allotted him, he went not.
Right.
Let's see what he does then.
He dwelt in the land of Lebanon.
He dwelt in the land of Lebanon eastward. Where was he supposed to be? Westward somewhere. Westward of Put. Y'all remember that, right? But instead of him dwelling in westward, the land of the western part of Put into the sea, he dwelled in the land of Lebanon, eastward and westward from the border of Jordan. We were in the Jordan Valley. I know exactly what that is. And from the border of the sea. That's what he did. Canaan decided to do. Now watch this. Because he's doing this, but his family, Ham, they ain't crazy. They see what he's doing. And look at what they do.
And Ham, his father, and Cush, and Mizraim.
So we know Ham, right?
Yeah.
We know Cush, and we know Mizraim. His brothers, what they say to him?
Said to him, "You have settled in the land which is not yours, and which did not fall to us by lot."
Ooh, so they know that you're in the wrong place. You settling in the wrong place. Now remember, his 5 sons at the time that Noah is given this word of prophecy. They ain't enough children yet to be spread out over all the land of their portion at this particular time. So, man, if you go a little ways down where he went, ain't nobody looking at, Shem ain't paying attention to what's going on.
Right.
Y'all hear what I'm saying?
Sir.
But he knew what was going on. He said, I'm going to settle over here. I don't feel like, whatever reason, he thought it was good, and he wanted to settle there. Ham and his father, Cush and Mizraim, saw what he was doing, and they said, you have settled in a land which is not, everybody say, not yours.
Not yours.
And which did not fall to us by lot. you're in the wrong place, man.
Right.
Look what it said.
Do not do so.
Do not do so. Come on.
For if you do so, you and your sons will fall in the land and be accursed through the sedition. Sedition.
Sedition, yes.
For by sedition you have settled, and by sedition will your children fall.
Are y'all hearing this? So back then, they already told Canaan, don't go in that land because that land ain't even yours.
Right.
But if you do it, you're going to be accursed through sedition. For by sedition you have settled, and by sedition you will, and your children will fall. Now, let's find out what does sedition mean. Sedition is overt conduct, such as speech or organizations that tend towards insurrection against the established order. The established order was all of them had land that they were supposed to go to and be in. So he was doing sedition, which is violent strife or just flat out rebellion.
Right.
Did what he wanted to do anyway,
Right.
irregardless to what the people thought and said.
Right.
Y'all hearing this?
Yes.
Watch this.
And you shall be rooted out forever.
You shall be rooted out forever. Now go back to what we were reading in the book of Numbers. They were going out to spy out the land. And guess who was around these giants? Canaan. And all the Hittites, all of his sons were right there in the same land that actually belonged to who? Shem and the children of Israel and to their descendants. But he already told them, y'all gonna be rooted out. His people told him, you're gonna be rooted out of there forever. Come on.
Dwell not in the dwelling of Shem.
Dwell not in the dwelling of Shem. Can y'all see why Canaan now?
Yeah.
So I guess Canaan ain't Canaan land after all.
Right.
That's what we're discovering.
Yeah.
He said, dwell not in the dwelling of who?
Yeah.
So the land that they were in, because we always were taught that, man, they're going in and kicking people out of the land. Why did God make them kick out these people? And he told them, don't spare the children, right? Don't spare none of the women.
Right.
Kill them all.
Right.
And to us, we're like, man, he's such a mean dog. Just killing folks, telling them to kill the babies. But we come to see that land didn't belong to them anyway. And it was already prophesied that they would be rooted out. Remember he said he's going to judge the transgressions through sword, through fire, through all of this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Does the Father hold to his word?
Yes, it does.
All right. He said for what?
But to Shem and to his sons, did it come by their life.
So this word, this land that you're dwelling in, it came to the lots of Shem. So please, don't do what you're about to do. Don't settle in the wrong place. Watch this.
Cursed are you, and cursed shall you be beyond all the sons of Noah.
I know hearing this. They talking to Canaan. And they say, you're going to be cursed beyond all the sons of Noah. Come on.
By the curse by which we bound ourselves in the presence of the Kodesh judge, and in the presence of Noah our father.
So they telling Canaan this. This is his brothers are telling him this. Now you would think he would listen, don't you? Let's learn real quick what a blessing is and what a curse is. Because we don't truly know what a blessing is and what a curse is. We believe a blessing is a new house. We believe a blessing is a new house. We believe a blessing is new car, new house, new money, new whatever. We believe that that's the blessing. But we're truly the blessing. The Father said we are treasures hidden in earthen vessels. When we deal with the word blessed, the Father never gave us this word blessed. He gave us life and good. Everybody say life and good.
Life and good.
So when you say you're blessed, you're really saying that the Father has given you life in Him, and the life that's in Him is good. Every life outside of Him is not good. So the life in Yah and in His Word and in His truth is a good life. And guess what? You blessed.
Right. That's true.
Didn't Yeshua say, blessed are the poor in spirit? But hold on, how can they be blessed?
Because their life is in.
Because they got life and they got good. Are y'all hearing that?
Yes, sir.
They may not have all the houses and all the stuff you're talking about, but they do have the life. and the good that comes only from the Torah, that only comes from the Spirit of Yah, that only comes from Yeshua, and comes from Yah himself. Are y'all hearing that?
Yes.
That's what it means to be blessed. You got life and you got good. The word curse means death and evil. So if you curse, that means all you got on you is death and evil. Y'all hearing this?
Yes.
And we need to know. That's why he told the children of Israel, I set before you this day life and good and death and evil. Choose life. And there's only life in his instructions. There's life in the blood. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
There's life in the word and in the Spirit of Yah.
Yes.
There's life there.
Hallelujah.
And he told them to choose life. Y'all get this?
Yes.
Genesis 9:24. This is the same word Noah speaks over Canaan too. Remember Noah got drunk?
Right.
And who came to look at him? Uncover his neck. Uncover his neck was Ham. Ham came in. And his brothers didn't do it. They came back, was to lay the sheet on.
Right.
This is what Noah did after he woke up. Come on.
And Noah woke from his wine and knew what his younger son had done to him. And he said, "Cursed became the servant of his servants, shall he be unto his brethren."
So Noah cursed them. But the father blessed all three of them.
Right.
But Noah, it's almost like he prophesied the curse is going to be upon this boy.
Right.
Because we know at the end what got him to be cursed. Because he went and took a land and settled in a land that didn't belong to him. Come on.
But he did not.
Now we're back in the book of Jubilees. His brothers are warning him, Cush and Mizraim. Let's see the Canaan listen. What the Bible say?
But he did not listen to them.
But he did not listen to them. Canaan didn't listen to his own brothers. Come on.
He dwelt in the land of Lebanon.
And he dwelt in the land of what?
Lebanon.
He dwelt in the land of Lebanon. Come on.
From Hamath to the entering of Egypt, and he and his sons till this day.
Are y'all hearing this? Are y'all hearing this?
Yeah.
Come on.
For this is the reason that the land is named Canaan.
Okay.
This is why the land is named Canaan. And it's in the 10th chapter of the book of Jubilee. He just laid it out for us, didn't he? The word Lebanon. It's a mountain range in the north of Palestine.
The land is named.
But we know that it was not a Palestinian land. It really belonged to all of the sons of Shem. Okay? This is the definition of it. It says a mountain range in the north of Palestine. The name Lebanon signifies white and was applied either on account of the snow, which during a great part of the year covers its whole summit, on the account of the white color of its limestone cliffs and peaks. It is the white mountain. The word Lebanon is the white mountain. Everybody say white mountain.
White Mountain.
Okay? The word Lebanon means white mountain. The mountain, this is Lebanon represents in scripture as lying upon the northern border of the land of Israel. Okay? So that's what the word Lebanon means. White mountain. White mountain.
Hallelujah.
Okay?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Here's a picture of it.
You're welcome.
That's Lebanon. That's what they call Canaan's land.
Okay.
Okay? Deuteronomy, now I'm going to show you verses in scripture where he's talking about Lebanon. He's talking about Lebanon. And he's talking about the land, truly, that Canaan had took over from them.
Right.
Look at what it says. Deuteronomy 1:7. What it say?
Turn you and take your journey and go to the Mount of Amorites, and to all the places high down to the plain and the hills, and in the vale, in the south, and by the sea side, to the land of Canaanites, and to the Lebanon.
Did y'all hear it?
Yeah.
To the land of the
Canaanites.
and unto.
Lebanon.
Come on.
And to the great river, the river Euphrates.
So he says, take your journey. Go to the mountain. Go to this place. This is the place he was giving them, the children of Israel. Come on.
Behold, I have set the land before you. Go in and possess the land which the Lord sware unto your fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, to give unto them to their seed after them.
I know. So he's telling, he got Lebanon in there, and he's letting you know, go to that land, go to that place. That's your land, really. Come on.
I pray thee.
Deuteronomy 3:25. What does it say?
I pray thee. Let me go over and see the good that is beyond the Jordan, that goodly mountain in Lebanon.
Are y'all hearing it? He's letting you know the area. Hey, Moses said, let me go and look at it. Let me get a shot. Let me go look at this goodly land, the goodly mountain in Lebanon.
So that's why he told the Israelites to go there.
To go there.
It was already there.
It was already theirs. Y'all hearing this?
Yes.
Come on, Deuteronomy 11:24.
Every place whereon the soles of your feet shall tread shall be yours. In the wilderness of and Lebanon.
He said, every place whereon the soles of your feet shall tread shall be what? Yours. From the wilderness and Lebanon. Are y'all hearing this? From the river Euphrates, even unto the uttermost sea, shall your coast be. So what I'm doing is I'm tying Jubilee down.
Right.
I'm tying it down because it's in the book.
Right.
And he's telling you every place your foot, the wilderness and Lebanon, all of that's yours. So he's giving us an idea. He's letting us know Lebanon, that place, was yours.
Always yours. Always ours.
That's good, Pastor.
Deuteronomy 11:25. Well, look.
There shall be no man be able to stand before you.
So when they saw the spies, when they sent the spies over there to the land, and there was 2 that came back with a good report that said, let's go up at once and take it, and the 10 came back with the bad report, Deuteronomy 11:25 says what?
There shall be no man be able to stand before you.
So Caleb understood
Right.
there ain't no man going to be able to stand against us.
Right.
So whose report should we believe? Should we believe the report of everybody saying it's not time for us to go in that land? Or believe the report of somebody who's been there, saw it with his own eyes, and say, hey, it's a good land and we're wet. Let's go up at once and possess it.
Yes.
Are y'all hearing that?
So, Pastor, is that why they fighting over the land now? No?
They're fighting over the land because they want the land to be a Jewish state. The Jews, the people that's over there in the land, let me give it to you. Let me give it to you, make it clear. They want the land to be a Jewish state. The whole land of Israel, that little tiny little border part, they want all that to be a Jewish state. Okay? Now, Jew is supposed to mean from the tribe of Judah.
Right.
That's what it's supposed to mean.
Right.
Now, the whole land mass that we're talking about and learning about today is not only to Judah, but it's to the whole house of Israel.
Right.
So it can never be a Jewish state, one tribe.
Right.
It's got to be for the whole house of Israel. The issue is they're trying to make everybody Judah or Jewish. They're trying to make everybody convert to Judaism, which is a religion that has nothing to do with the Torah.
Come on. There you go.
You see? So that's why it's not working. The Palestinians know and understand out of their Quran. They know the land they're supposed to have. They know all of that stuff. So they're refusing of some 2-state solution. That's not the solution. Israeli, I learned that. The word Israeli means Israelite.
Okay.
But they say Israeli, it's been translated over to Israeli, so that you won't know that it really means Israelite. So as long as they keep saying Israeli, you would never believe that they're talking about Israelites.
Right.
But Israeli, when you look it up, it means Israelite.
Well, it makes sense.
Look it up. I mean, go look it up now.
Daddy.
Israeli, it's going to Israelites, the Israelites. So that land is the land for all of the Israelites.
Hallelujah.
Ain't that off the chain?
So all 12 tribes.
All 12 tribes. And we know the 10 tribes been scattered.
Right.
So when Yeshua came, and he said in Matthew, I've only come to the lost sheep of the house of Israel, he was talking to the tribes that had already been scattered to the four corners of the earth. And the only tribe that was left at the time of the Messiah was the tribe of Judah. They were still in the land. Book of Hebrews, what does it say? It says, we know with surety that our Savior sprung from the tribe of what? Judah. He came from the tribe of Judah. Y'all hearing this? So now the tribe of Judah now is scattered into West Africa in 70 AD when the Romans came in to sack Jerusalem, and they're all scattered all in Africa, all on the west coast of Africa, intermingled with them. And then later on down the line, the slave trade starts, 1619, right? And the people over there said, yeah, we got some people who we can sell y'all into slavery. And they knew that those people was us. Because we've always looked like Egyptians. When Joseph was in Egypt, his brothers couldn't even recognize him because he looked like an Egyptian. But they thought that he was what? They thought that wasn't their brother. They thought he was an Egyptian, but he was really a Hebrew.
He was a Hebrew.
Are y'all getting this? So that's what's going on in the land of Israel now.
Right.
The Jews are in charge of the land, and they're trying to make the whole land Jewish.
Right.
And they're trying to convert everybody to Judaism.
Okay.
Okay? And it's not going to work because that land belongs to the whole house of Israel. And we're reading about it in the book of Jubilees.
Right.
And it said this is the land that was given to the descendants of Shem. And all of Shem's children are not all Israelites,
Right.
but they're Shemites or Semitic people. Okay? And because he had other sons. But he is the father of all of Eber's children too.
Right.
And that's where Abraham come on in there.
Right.
Okay? So y'all getting that? Okay, so there shall no man be able to stand before you, for the Yahweh your Elohim shall lay the fear of you and the dread of you upon all the land that ye shall tread upon, as he has said unto you. Joshua 1 and 3. Listen what Joshua is about to say. Watch this.
Every place that the sole of your foot shall tread upon, that have I given unto you, as I said unto Moses, in the wilderness and this Lebanon.
Are y'all hearing it? See? Lebanon, come on.
Even unto the great river, the river Euphrates, all the land of the Hittites, and unto the great sea toward the going down of the sun, and shall be your coast.
Because that was what was given to them in the first place. That's why we went through the description of what it was like. And all of what was in here is the same thing in the book of Jubilee. It said the coast and all this land. But of course they renamed it when they came in there. The land of the Havites, the land of Canaan. But no, that was really not called that at first. All right, it was the land of Shem. Come on.
And all the inhabitants of the hill country from Lebanon unto the Mesrev.
Don't worry about it. And all of the Sidonians, them which will I drive out from before the children of Israel, and only divide thou it by lot unto the Israelites. Only divide thou it by lot unto the
Israelites.
Only divide thou it by the lot unto the Israelites for an inheritance. That land can only be given to the whole house of Israel. And until the whole house of Israel come back home and start returning to the land, it won't be given to you.
Right.
So here's an inheritance. You sitting there praying for land, praying, can barely pay your mortgage, and here's a land over there that's just waiting on you. Because you're in the land of your captivity. Y'all hearing this?
Yes.
And all the 1 Kings 9 and 17. And all the cities of the store that Solomon had, and the cities for his horsemen, and that which Solomon desired to build in Jerusalem and in
Lebanon.
and in all the lands of his dominion.
Right.
Showing you that Lebanon, all that was a part of it. He says, 1 Kings 10 and 21, and all the King Solomon's drinking vessels were of gold, and all the vessels of the house and of the forest of Lebanon were of pure gold. None were of silver. It was nothing accounted of in the days of Solomon. So again, Lebanon is right there.
Yes, rich.
Psalms 92, 12 and 14. The righteous shall flourish like the palm tree. He shall grow like a cedar in where?
Lebanon.
Lebanon. Because that's where we're supposed to truly be flourishing and planted at in the land that he gave our forefathers.
Right.
He said, that's where we're going to flourish at. Are y'all hearing that?
Yes.
He said, those that be planted in the house of Yah shall flourish in the courts of our Elohim. They shall still bring forth fruit in what? Their old age.
Old age.
Everybody we met down there was 70, 80 years old. And they still bringing forth fruit ripe in their old age. I said, man, they don't look so good. All of them look good. The mother Eva Havanah, she climbing up 3 flights of stairs like she's 30 years old. And we trying to keep up with her. She grabbing out, she said, don't worry, I got your bag of clothes, don't worry. She grabbing bag of clothes and go wash, walking upstairs. I'm like, what's going on here? All of my flirt, it says, they shall still bring forth fruit in old age. They shall be fat and flourish. Ain't that something?
That's good, Pastor.
I'm like, all these older people, I meet all the seniors, I mean all the seniors, and all of them look good. All of them still playing basketball. All of them run up and down the court. Ain't that something? They still bringing forth fruit in their old age. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Did y'all get that?
Pastor, you brought that. I thank you. So I don't know about great and grateful. That's all I can say.
That was good. You
That
get
was
it?
good.
Yes.
Hallelujah.
Gotta be built up in your faith. How can they hear without a preacher?